In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a letterpress effect in a mockup in Photoshop. So let's dive in. This is my classic mockup. I have a whole class on how I create mockups from scratch, including things like die cuts, envelope liners, more complex stuff here at Stationery School. I'll link that for you. Here is my basic mockup with one piece. What I've done is add a drop shadow here to make the mockup look more realistic to the shadows that are in the background. So as you can see, the main shadows are kind of on the top, a little bit towards the right, and we've mimicked that here to make this card feel a little bit more realistic. Now I make all these mockups in Photoshop, but I actually design all my files in Illustrator. So I have this suite, which is so cool. I'm so excited to see this printed, but I also think that this would be really pretty in Letterpress. So I want to show you how I would mock that up for a client in Letterpress. So the first thing I want to do is change my paper color to the same color that we have in the background. And then I'm going to delete the background in Illustrator because I only want the text and the design to be on the Illustrator file. But I will make this rectangle the same size, the same color as the paper that I want. So when I go to fill, I'm going to click here and just copy over my new red paper. So we'll just call it red paper. And now our rectangle is already that red paper. So then when I save this Illustrator file without the red paper in the background, I'll be able to place it directly in here. So you go to File and we're going to place linked. Because I'm placing linked, if I make any changes over on the Illustrator file, they will automatically update here in Photoshop, which is so helpful when you're making a bunch of revisions. So I'll place this file, and then I want to choose the artboard that has the data that I want on it, which is this one. We're going to crop to, yeah, just the bounding box. Okay. Beautiful. And we'll make this the right size for our paper. Okay, beautiful. So this is what I do for my normal mockups. I just leave them here. This is basically looks really good for flat printing. And frankly, if you want to do this for letterpress printing and just tell them it's letterpress, that is okay. I think we have to strike a balance between the time it takes you to make something and how accurate it's actually gonna look on screen. One thing I love about using Adobe programs is they connect to each other. So if I were to change this to Rachel Green, apparently feeling in a friends mode. And then I save this file again. When I go back over to the file in Photoshop, it's going to change that automatically. So whenever I make changes to the Illustrator file, it'll automatically make them over here on the mockup. So I love that these programs talk to each other, and that's why I like to use Photoshop, InDesign, and Illustrator kind of collectively to design my wedding invitations. I'll link our Creative Cloud bundle if you want to learn how to use all of those programs for invitation design. Now, in order to create that letterpress deboss effect, we're going to use what actually sounds like the opposite of that, which is the bevel and emboss. But you can change the embossing from up to down. So these are some settings that I like, and let me just show you it on and off for a sec. So if we have it off, the image is just sitting on top of the paper. If we have it on, it really does look like that is kind of etched into the paper, especially up in here in these flowers, on these lines. You can see how it's really, deep into the paper, and that's what we want it to feel like. Let's go over these settings. You can just screenshot these if you want. I usually like to use emboss or pillow emboss. Both of them work pretty well to me. Sometimes the pillow emboss gives like a little more pillowy option. And then we have up, which is more of an emboss, versus down, which is more of a deboss, which is what letterpress technically is. So if you are doing like a single level emboss or sculpted emboss, you can try the up direction and then just kind of play with these other settings. So play with like the depth. This one doesn't do a whole lot for me, but the size makes a really big difference because you can see how those lines just get real fuzzy and crazy and blend together. So I find a really small size, we had it around 7, is a good option. And then again, if I turn it off, you can see that it's really just sticking up on the paper. And then if you push it in, I feel like it changes the color a little bit to feel more like letterpress ink, which is more transparent. If you wanted to further account for the transparency of the ink, you can play with the blend modes as well. I find some of these, occasionally, it kind of depends on the artwork, will make it look a little bit more realistic to the letterpress ink and how it's going to show some of the color of the paper below it. In this case, not liking any of these, but that's something that I potentially do every once in a while. So let's just zoom out, and it really does look like this is a letterpress piece of artwork. Again, if I turn it off, really flat, looks like it's sitting on top of the piece of paper. If I turn this back on, it does actually show that it's pressed into the paper. So I think it's a great way to do a letterpress effect on a mock-up as opposed to all of the flat pieces. If you want to learn more about creating these mock-ups from scratch, definitely check out Stationery School. We include a lot of things like gold foil effects, die cutting cards, how to edit them really easily between revisions and clients, envelope liners, etc. And I include some downloads for you on there, like handmade paper, envelopes, etc., so you don't actually have to make those yourself. Thanks for watching, and if you do want to become a stationery designer or improve your design skills, definitely stick around because that is basically everything we have here on our channel. I hope you'll check out some of those other videos while you're here.